This is the Desert Bears podcast. I'm filling in for Davey, who is sick.
He said he's got strep. Do you believe him?
I don't know. He said he hasn't slept in 3 days. I feel really bad for him. It sounds really awful.
When I had strep, I slept, so I think he's lying.
Last night...
He's playing Dungeons & Dragons without us.
Last night, the power went out, so I went to bed at 8 o'clock and got 10 hours of sleep.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Dude, the power went out? We were actually fine where I live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I heard about you.
We didn't see any. Anyway.
Oh,
that was louder than I was expecting. Okay, you go ahead and introduce us now.
Oh, there we go.
The Desert Bears podcast. To my right, we have Mark, who is destroying our technology. And to my left, we have
Brandon Rosenloff, guest host.
Tonight is going to be an epic night, folks.
If you're not watching the video right now, stop and go watch the video just for that moment to see Mark like flailing his arm, doing the lightsaber noise,
knocking everything over.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
There's another great sound effect I got to share with you. Everyone's seen it, but I still think it's brilliant. It's
this is not the fart machine, is it?
No.
Okay. That's brilliant, isn't it? Is it the Napoleon Dynamite soundboard? Oh, yeah, you showed me that.
You just put this in your pocket and you jump.
Oh, yeah, I see how that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool, right?
For like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then I'm already tired of it. So. But I've also got this frequency generator.
That's enjoyable.
Pretty neat.
We interrupt this podcast.
Do you have something that like... it can listen to the frequencies outside and tell you what frequency it is?
It does, yes.
Okay, because that'd be very useful in the sound reinforcement field.
I analyze light.
Okay, what frequency is this?
It's landing in between 250 and 500.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, so.
What about this?
I turned it off now.
I'm going to say, that was about 80.
But we could also do... Are we actually recording this one?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, it's fine.
I got all sucked in with this all of a sudden.
That initial lightsaber noise about
go ahead and introduce your topic. I think
it's a good segue to the topic, actually.
Yeah. So, without further ado, my topic today is probably a topic that I could do like on a monthly basis.
Every day.
Yeah, that's true as well.
What's your topic, Garrett? Garrett, what's your topic?
Thank you, Auto-Tune Mark.
I am so surprised. I did not realize that was going to happen.
I saw Mark crawling off to the side there, and
I want to go into my real mic.
I just thought he dropped a pencil or something. I wasn't worried about it.
Oh, wow. Anyway,
that was some wonderful singing.
The topic.
Nerd news. I'm going to just talk about some stuff that's in the nerd news. I've got a list here, and if we want to talk about them, we can. If you've got comments, shout them out. If you've heard some other things in the nerd news, or actually, unfortunately, it's not very diverse today. Most of it has to do with movies. But that's
okay good, though,
too,
because
so.
I subscribe to the CNET video video podcast, and anytime they post a new video, a review of some kind, I watch it. And this past week, I understand it's been like this cell phone conference, but literally there's been like a dozen cell phones have come out this week, and it's like, good job for trying, but we don't need that many cell phones. Like everyone's either going to get an iPhone or whichever Android is on their carrier, or a flip phone. I don't know. I don't understand it.
It's funny. I was like on the ball, reading every article about every Android phone a few months ago when things were, I don't know, still kind of new, and like version 2.2 was the new awesome stuff, whatever, and like I was on the ball, all of the new good apps for Android and everything, but man, it just blew up so fast, and I completely stopped caring. So
and now the tablets are doing the same thing. It's like everyone's making a tablet now, and I don't know.
Yeah, same thing. I think tablets are cool. I want one still, but yeah, I do not follow it anymore. I mean, like I did.
What do you think Apple's next big product is going to be?
I still think the iPad and iPhone are going to be their leading projects.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like in the next couple of years, but like after that,
well,
The
once,
next
like,
big thing.
Well, right away, Intel and Apple have been working on something called Lightpeak, which is basically the next generation USB, is the easiest way to describe it. And it is fiber optic connectivity to your devices. So you could run, and it also has copper in there, so you can run power and data to anything.
Wow.
And what the advantage of that is the speed, number one, but also you can daisy chain multiple things. So you can have one cable coming from your computer to your monitor, to another monitor, to another monitor, to a hard drive, to your mouse, to your keyboard, to another monitor, and just have this infinite chain from one cable.
Yeah, that sounds like Apple, keeping it simple.
Exactly. they tried the one cable a while ago, and if one company's doing it, it doesn't get adopted. So thankfully, with Intel behind this,
One cable to rule them all.
yeah, hopefully it'll be adopted into other products as well. But it's I think it's still in the developmental stages. It's not where they wanted it to be, but I would be surprised if we don't see it this year.
Oh, that's cool.
nice.
I haven't heard anything about that, but I have heard that Adrian Palicki is cast as the Wonder Woman for
yes.
the new TV show.
No idea who she is.
Really? I'm
Neither
gonna look
do
her
I.
up
But
right
I
now.
saw her picture and she was kind of good looking, so I'm sure she'll do a great job.
Yeah, that's about all I can say too.
What else has she been in? Do we know?
I didn't deign to write them down because they weren't very important to me. Maybe you guys who actually watch TV would know her from some things. I don't remember what.
I'm looking up Wonder Woman right now, so let's see.
So this is a television show. It's not a movie.
A television show about Wonder Woman.
That's interesting
yeah.
because usually, like a epic hero type movie is reserved for, like I just said, a movie. But that's going to be interesting.
So she's been in. Let me pull.
I
up
think
her-
mostly TV shows like
Yeah.
what's the
Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
Criminal Mind,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lone Star.
I've never watched any of
Legion,
those,
Family
but-
Guy, Supernatural, Robot Chicken. Nothing I recognize yet.
This one is
CSI,
an interesting
Smallville.
topic. Scott Silver, who wrote he's a screenwriter. He did the screenwriting for the movie The Fighter. He is making a new superhero movie about the Bible story of Samson and
yes.
Delilah,
Really?
but in the future.
Oh wow.
So
No, I don't think they need to go into the future. I kind of like the idea of making it a period piece, but so they're doing it in the future.
in the future, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So I don't know what that's going to be like, but for some
Yeah.
reason I'm picturing Blade Runner.
He also wrote 8 Mile, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Oh wow. Very diverse.
Yeah.
The smash hit movie Sharktopus is coming to Blu-ray March 15th.
Should that be our movie night for March?
That's a great idea.
I haven't really gotten into the creature feature, but maybe this is the time.
And neither have I. So this will be our chance to see whether or not it's something we want to continue getting into.
I think
It's fun,
They
though.
say smash hit, and I think it really was. Like, I don't think they're joking there.
Well, I think when it comes to those, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of them, but some of them realize what their job is. They understand what they're doing when what they're making. And I think when they have fun with it and they kind of, the wink, wink, nudge, nudge us, then it's okay. But like if they take it too seriously, that's when it's not enjoyable at all.
What would you call Mega Shark taking down the plane? Was that a wink, wink, nudge, nudge moment?
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, watch the movie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's great. And along those lines, the creature features the former Miss USA Shandy Finney, I want to say her name is. She's going to be in the new movie Piranhaconda.
Oh yes, I heard about
Piranhaconda.
that.
Yeah.
What's that one all about?
I can only imagine
A long piranha? I don't know.
an anaconda.
I'm picturing like this 100-foot long snake that just has piranhas attached to it. As it slithers by, they just bite at you.
Instead of like having poisonous fangs or whatever, it just spits piranhas at you.
Oh gosh.
No, I really don't know. In other news, there is
Actually, can I butt in really quick while this is on my mind? I'm
Yeah,
thinking, what's up with the UFO stuff lately? Have you noticed, like, here in Utah County, there's been reports of these UFOs, and there's been talk that it's either an RC plane of some kind, or some sort of RC device, or like I guess these Chinese lantern hot air balloons that people are launching or whatever. But that's one thing. That's probably easily explained, because a few people have seen them and kind of said the same thing. But then there's this YouTube video from over in the Dome of the Rock. Where is that? It's in
Israel.
Israel,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm like, India, that's not right. Where is it?
Kentucky.
Indiana, starts with an I.
That's near the Amazon.
Yeah, it's this crazy video of this light that comes down and hovers over the Dome of the Rock and like just literally hovers there for I don't know how long the video is, maybe a minute, maybe less than that. And then it flashes incredibly bright and shoots directly straight up into the sky. And there's multiple angles of this video because it's at the Dome of the Rock, this really popular place, and everyone sees it and they video it. So I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 different angles of this weird phenomenon.
I actually think I know what's going on.
Okay, go on.
It's called Final Cut Studio Edition.
You know what? I didn't know that there was more than one video of those.
If there was wannabe, they could easily fake that. But the fact that there's multiple ones for different places, and when you see a faked video, it's pretty easy to tell nowadays if it's faked.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing though. Like, how many different angles were there? Like, how many people are actually filming the Dome of the Rock at one time? That seems like a setup to me. Where it's like,
Okay. But
there's
it's the Dome of the
people,
Rock.
There's 5 people filming it. Like,
I mean, you think
maybe.
it's like Temple Square. There's 3 people.
Pictures, maybe.
There's 3 people filming, the Temple Square right now, just because it's a popular place and they have their cameras out.
Can you give me a source on that?
The other day, when I first heard about the first UFO sighting that we heard of in American Fork, it was kind of an article that was double. It was because they came out at the same time. There's the one on the American Fork, and then there's the Dome of the Rock one that you said.
Yeah.
And the comments that I was reading was that the one in American Fork looked real and cool, and they were kind of talking about that mostly, like what could it be? And then everyone was like fake on the other one. So I didn't actually watch that one just because it's probably awful.
I love how it's like Dome of the Rock and American Fork.
What
do the aliens know?
But what is interesting,
maybe
is,
that big bubble pool, they thought that was something important.
No, they're like, wait, this isn't the Dome of the Rock. This is the rec center.
What is this? A golf course? But
Anyway.
my brother-in-law, who's in the military, and he was talking to some of his buddies over there, and they seem pretty clueless about what's going on because apparently they saw another.
Of which one, the AF one or the Dome of the Rock? Or
Oh yeah, well there was another one I guess that was closer to the base that's nearby here. What is that called?
Oh, out at Camp Williams?
Yeah, I think there was one that was over there by Camp Williams as well, and they didn't know. So, yeah, it's interesting.
So here is you're just gonna hear the audio of the video of the. I think this is the news report one. If it's not, I'm gonna go to the news report because the news report shows the multiple angles.
Is this the dome?
This is the dome video.
This is the rec center one.
A UFO hovers over one of the holiest sites in Islam, the Dome of the Rock on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, the spot where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven, built on top of a site sacred to Judaism. An American woman takes it all in her stride, seen it all before.
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never like
Sorry.
Well, we've seen them in American Fork too.
Watch.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Here goes.
Easily dismissed as a hoax until you see this. The same event, or so it seems, filmed from a different angle by someone else. The glowing ball of light dropping until it hangs just over the Dome of the Rock. These spectators a little more impressed.
Whoa!
They were a little more
The
impressed.
ball suddenly shooting off as if disturbed. If it's a hoax, it's very well done. We are not alone. Or are we?
Or was it Final
Richard
Cut Pro?
Attenborough?
So yeah, and you know what? If it is a hoax, kudos, because that's another impressive thing. I think it was just a couple weeks ago there was this kid who came onto YouTube or something like that and wanted to make $1 million. He's like, I'm just going to put it out there. I want to ask the kindness of the world to give me $1 million. And it was probably like a week later, this millionaire comes and says, I'm going to give you $1 million. And they gave him this big, huge check. Turns out the whole thing was this big setup of some kind. I don't even know what it was, if it was publicizing or what, but it's super easy to pull a hoax.
Oh, yeah.
But something like that on that scale is difficult to pull off. So if you can do it and then keep quiet about that, it'd be so hard to keep quiet that you did that. Like I was the one who did this
my
light above
gosh.
the Dome of the Rock. So yeah.
Okay, well,
I sorry to interrupt, but
it was cool. It looked good.
Yes. and as we discussed in one of the first podcasts, I'm a skeptic with everything. So
Yeah. Well, I think it's super interesting. There's tons of UFO stuff, and I'm kind of sad I don't have any UFO junk in my list.
it's not real, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Oh, good.
Next.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Was that 5 minutes necessary?
Oh, that's funny.
I think it's fascinating still. Like I said, if it's not real, how it's done is still interesting, and the fact that they can get that publicity off of it is interesting.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so looks like Beavis and Butthead is going to make a comeback this year later this year on MTV.
Who is not making a comeback?
Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, talking about.
Isn't there like some statistic of like how many of these movies are remakes or sequels coming out this year?
I actually have the stats.
Oh, there you go. Wow,
good,
awesome.
There's,
Segue.
This is a record year for sequels, and there's going to be 27 sequels this year.
Wow.
And nine of them are sequels, and 5 of them are going to be the third installments. Another 5 will be fourths. Another 5 will be fifths.
Oh my gosh.
2 movies will be sevenths, and then
Wait, which ones are sevenths? Harry Potter and
Harry Potter's going to be an 8th this year.
Oh, technically, yeah.
which 2 are sevenths then?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have it in there?
Yeah, I don't. I didn't. There's a ton of. Yeah, there's
Police
27.
Academy?
Another Land Before Time?
Yeah, 2 of them will
They're
be
up to like
sevenths.
15 now.
I actually don't know.
Huh, interesting.
But yeah,
I'll have to look that up. That's neat.
that's a freaking ton.
Well, I don't know, because I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there's a lot of good ideas, but we're hard. It's hard to grab onto a new idea. Rarely do we. I don't know. I wonder if we're just too scared, or if we just don't. I don't know.
Well, this is what I think it is. Now, and I don't know why it has to be this way, but apparently, in order to sell a movie, you need to have an already established franchise so
Yeah.
that you can sell, action figures and all the other other money that comes in,
Yeah.
from not just like ticket sales.
Yeah, you need either a name or a franchise with it, because I think Inception did well this year. Number one, it was a good movie, but it was Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it was
I went to see
Nolan.
it because it was Christopher Nolan.
Absolutely.
And that name alone was enough to draw me. And some people, it's
I
tough.
saw it for Leonardo DiCaprio. Actually.
Some people, they go for Tom Cruise or whatever. And
what's the girl's name in that?
Ellen
Inception?
Page?
oh yeah,
the
Inception.
little one, or-
I know you're talking about
or the
Marion
wife?
Coulthard or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Marion. I have
That
something
French
about her.
lady.
She is going to be in The Dark Knight.
Yes,
But we don't know
she's
what.
yeah,
cast in
that's
it.
right.
And she's pregnant this year, so she's only going to be doing like one movie, and
Oh,
she
really?
picked this one. Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why would you pick anything else? Like,
Yeah.
This movie's going to be
Well,
huge.
Nolan was good to her last movie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
hugely successful.
What are your thoughts on Anne Hathaway, Catwoman?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
I'll tell you my
Now
I'll
would
tell
be
you
a
my
good time
thoughts.
for the crickets. I think.
My thoughts were like when I was just brainstorming on my own, I thought who would be a good Catwoman, and then I thought of somebody the other day who'd be good. But anyway,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
One of the first people I thought of, Halle Berry. One of the first people I thought of was Anne Hathaway, but then I instantly dismissed her, thinking, no, she couldn't do it.
Oh, that's weird.
So it's interesting that.
You know what, though?
That's what she got.
You remember Heath Ledger? When
Yeah.
we first heard about that, it was just like, Heath Ledger?
Yeah.
That gay cowboy guy? But he nailed it. Like,
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
nothing better ever.
And so maybe it's a Nolan thing. Maybe he knows what he's doing and he like sees the potential. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
So
I have full faith in it, but to me, it's not so much Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. It's what bothers me is that there's Catwoman at all.
no, I kind of agree. I'm not a big Batman fan or follower, but like, I don't know. That one just seems kind of cheesy to me.
Well,
the
there's talk
Catwoman
that
thing.
she's cast as Selena Kyle, so not technically Catwoman. She's the Catwoman not being Catwoman as Selena Kyle.
Oh, well,
so I don't know if
okay.
it's a preface. I'm really sad that they killed Two-Face this last one. I kind of hope Two-Face would carry over this one.
Well, I like the idea of Hugo Strange. This is kind of a cool character, and I also hear that Bane is going to be in the movie.
And I really hope they don't over villainize this, because that just ruins a movie.
Mr.
Like,
Freeze.
yeah, he like destroys everyone. And
The Penguin.
I think he only needs a few enemies. After the Joker, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I have full faith in him, but I'm also scared at the same time.
Yeah, wouldn't it be just amazing if Dark Knight, huge, awesome success, one of my favorite movies ever. And then the next one is like,
It just
sucked out.
Like Batman and Robin, like colors everywhere.
It has like a 70 million opening weekend, and it drops down to like 5. Like, yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, and I've heard a rumor about there being a Robin in there too. Is that true?
I heard both Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan said they would not be in it if there was a Robin.
No, yeah,
So,
I've heard that same thing.
But then again, if he could write Robin in well, I don't know. Because I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt would be an awesome Robin.
I like that guy.
Yeah, he's okay. Okay.
There's a cool new fan trailer out there. I don't know if you like fan trailers. This is a very different kind of fan trailer, but it's called Wolverine versus the Hand. I think it is.
Now, what's the Hand? I obviously know what Wolverine is.
I actually don't know. But from what it looks
Is
like,
it the hand from the Addams Family?
ooh, it might be.
Thing?
Is it just a hand? Maybe.
Because I think Wolverine would win. I mean,
Well,
I don't know what kind of skills this hand has. but-
It always goes for the
he'll
neck.
cut the rest of his hand off.
Just chokes Wolverine a lot. It's actually visually beautiful. It's one of those, I don't know what you call it, still motion kind of like it's very still motion comic looking, and it's completely gorgeous. And,
Speaking of trailers, I don't know why I hadn't seen this yet today. The Portal 2 trailer. I was literally like on the edge of crying. I was so excited for this.
Can you do the cricket noise for me?
Yeah, sure thing. Portal was one of those games. I don't game much, but for some reason the Portal gun is the coolest thing ever.
I agree. It is really, really good. And there's more than one trailer too. Are there
others?
There's some good footage.
Well,
of
see,
that game,
originally I thought it was just going to be like another human trying to get through, and I like that idea because I like the idea of the solitude and just kind of like the fear of the machine. But then the idea that you're these two like goofy robots, I was kind of like, I don't know if I like that. But then I remembered how much I just love the physics of Portal and just the idea of flying through walls. And
it looks like it's going to get like 4 times as complicated. So
it looked nuts.
difficult. And some of those levels I remember being just like really hard for me.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I probably won't even get through it.
Next.
Matthew Vaughn, the guy who did Kick-Ass, and he's doing the new X-Men First Class movie.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He wants to do a movie about retired superheroes. It's kind of like a mix of a superhero movie and like The Expendables. Did you guys see that?
Didn't see it. Heard about it.
Yes. I saw Expendables, and I'm thinking Expendables and Red, and maybe even a little bit of Incredibles in there.
Yeah. All of those are good movies.
Yeah. How is he going to do it? Because it's been done several times.
Yeah.
Like,
What's
his
it gonna
new
be different,
angle?
do we know?
I don't know. I don't think
Just sounds cool.
information's out there. Yeah.
The X-Men trailer looks pretty cool, though.
I mean, I was excited when I learned that it was kind of mostly going to be about Magneto. He's like my favorite. But looking at the cast and looking at the early like pictures and the sets, and I've been following it. Wasn't very excited about it until I saw the trailer, and even then I was like, And then there's this shot where Magneto is in a helicopter and he's like power lifting a submarine out of the water, and I'm like, sold. I don't even care if there's nothing else that's cool in that movie. I will watch it and it will be good.
No, yeah, trailers are funny because I remember years ago I saw the trailer for the Steve Martin movie. I think it was like The Out of Towners. I think it was, I don't know if that was what it was called, but I remember it was so fun. I was laughing so hard for the trailer, so we went and saw the movie, and the one funny part they put in the trailer, like that was the one funny part of the whole movie. And so, maybe it's that thing we were talking about, how like you need something that people have already grasped onto, whether it's a name, which for me it was Steve Martin, maybe it's a director or whatever. And so you need something to bring people in to actually see your movie.
But man, if you look at like Pirates of the Caribbean, where in the sequels they just kept using the same stupid jokes over and over, and they were thinking that would just carry the movie somehow.
And they still made $1 billion per movie.
Gosh,
it's true.
Maybe it did work, but to me, it's just like horrible.
Yeah, I didn't like any
Luckily, the next movie, doesn't have Orlando Bloom, doesn't have Keira Knightley.
It actually looks good.
Yeah, it has
Penelope Cruz.
She's cool. I can't remember the name of the guy who plays Blackbeard.
Yeah.
But
Jeffrey Rush.
No.
Bill
Blackbeard.
Nye.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Bill Nye.
No, he was in
Bill Nye,
sorry.
It's
the
Nighy.
science guy.
No, Bill Nighy. He was in the other one.
He was the other.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Frickin'.
Okay.
Anyway, I liked him too. But yeah, so the next movie looks cool. My next thing was about the solar flares that you brought up in the last segment, and I just wanted to say it was an X-class solar flare, which is the most powerful category of solar flares, and it's the most powerful solar flare we've had in the last 4 years. So
Cool.
the next few weeks should have some pretty awesome Aurora Borealis for those who live near it. And I hate you if you do.
Ian McShane is Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bill Nighy was from the last one. He was the octopus faced guy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hated that
And the
guy.
Flying Dutchman.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so solar flares, awesome. Scientists looking for new ways to treat stress may have accidentally discovered the cure for baldness,
Really?
is one of the headlines I was reading.
So is stress?
At least in mice.
Oh.
You know, I found is like stress is the cause of everything. Like if you're feeling any sort of symptom, go to WebMD, and stress is a cause.
Oh,
of it.
absolutely.
So yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of funny how that happens, you
My
know.
foot
like,
hurts. Stress.
No, I'm pretty sure that my dresser fell on it. No, it's stress.
I got chicken pox from stress.
I'm just thinking of some. No, not gonna go there. Sorry,
Okay.
go on.
Great.
But it's funny how these discoveries happen. You know, like the discovery of Viagra, you know, magically helping erectile dysfunction was actually intended for something completely different. You know, I think it
Yeah.
was like hypertension or something else. But,
Yeah, kind of like with just Tums, they wanted a calcium pill, and turns out it was a great antacid. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think they discovered the drug for, or I think they discovered penicillin in the throat of a chicken or something weird like that.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember it's weird though. Yeah.
Some weird stuff. I don't know if anyone cares about this, but there's a Game of Thrones strategy game based on the PC being developed, and the single player campaign was kind of supervised by George R.R. Martin.
Now who's that?
Going back a few podcasts, we talked about him a little bit. He wrote those books, Game of Thrones. It's a series and it's hugely popular in the fantasy world.
Sorry, what were we
I'm
talking
gonna,
about?
I'm gonna go get a drink.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna move
No.
right along.
If
I'm
Davey was
sorry.
here, he would be interested. I'm sorry, he's not here
and
today.
I don't really care that much either, but oh, and remember, and then I brought up that he was actually one of the writers of that old 80s show Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Kinda funny. The Hobbit movie suffered a setback 5 weeks into production after
Another one?
this setback has to do with the Maori people in New Zealand refusing to let him use the mountain
Really?
Mount Negaruohe.
Is it like a sacred
For
place
the
or something?
movie. Yeah, apparently it's because it's sacred. So
He should just film it in Utah.
they've been frantically scouting out new mountain.
We have mountains.
Half that movie is going to be CG anyways. Why don't they
Yeah.
just stand on a big green hill?
There you go.
Yeah, are you hearing that, Jackson? Peter Jackson?
He listens, right?
Mark knows about movies.
Listen, Peter Jackson, I know a thing or two about movies. Let me tell you what I know.
Does anyone care about Men in Black 3? It's
That was delayed,
it's
right?
been on hiatus for 2 months and now it's been delayed again. Whack, whack.
I never saw 2, so
Yeah.
Two was a disappointment, but for some reason I have hope that a third would be good. I don't know why.
we shall see.
What's the
Yeah.
last big action movie that Will Smith did?
What's
I
the last
Legend?
movie he did?
I remember he did that one, 7 Pounds. Do you remember that one?
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay.
Was that an action one?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
just
not an
last
actual one
movie
at
at
all.
least, but yeah, I
looking
Am
it up
Legend,
right
I
now.
guess.
I Am Legend.
Because I know his kids have been doing stuff like acting and
Oh yeah, he
rapping
did
and
the
stuff.
Karate Kid thing.
Yeah. He's known for Independence Day, if you've ever heard of that.
What?
Let's see here.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
7
America.
Pounds was his last movie, and then just before that was Hancock.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Hancock.
that's an action movie, I guess.
So yeah,
That was kind of fun.
Bizarre. I didn't like that movie.
so
Actually.
yeah, Men in Black 3 was his next project. So I guess he's just taking it easy.
All right. How about this for a new movie idea? I want to know what Mark thinks about this. So Disney's coming out with a new one called Planes, It's a spin-off from the movie Cars.
Okay.
It's about a little plane. His name is Dusty.
Okay.
He wants to go. He wants to participate in a race around the world or whatever, but he's afraid of heights.
Oh no.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, this movie's going straight to DVD.
Yeah, this won't happen, and
Yeah,
I guarantee if it is going to go straight to DVD, they won't actually release it because. Here we go.
Well, no, I mean,
Is
this
this a Pixar?
This
or
was
just a
Well-
Disney animated?
Really, what's happened is John Lasseter and Steve Jobs pretty much own Pixar, which pretty much owns Disney right now,
Okay.
with all the legalities and stuff. And John Lasseter and Steve Jobs have put an end to straight to DVD stuff. I mean, there's still little things. I think there's like a Tinkerbell movie that came out recently or whatever, but they want to raise the class of the Disney stuff coming out of Disney
well, then
Studios.
this doesn't make sense because this came from straight from Disney. Like
Yeah,
it was,
and that's why it's confusing because that's the exact plot of all these horrible DreamWorks movies I hate. Like, I know you love How to Train Your Dragon, but it's about this kid who doesn't fit in, and so he finally fits in. You know, it's the food falling from the sky. What's that one called? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
It's this kid whose dad doesn't quite agree with what he does. He's kind of a nerd. He doesn't fit in, and then everyone loves him by the end. It's like it's the same. Kung Fu Panda's the same thing. He's
Dude,
this odd guy who doesn't fit in, and then he makes it in the end. That is such an easy story. I can't see Pixar doing that.
How do
Throw
you
in
feel?
some celebrity voices.
Exactly. Yes.
How do you
yes.
feel about the Kung Fu Panda movie getting sued? Have you heard?
No,
about that?
I haven't heard about this.
Apparently, there's this guy who had this artwork and had this Kung Fu Panda power, is what it was called. Idea. I don't know if it was a comic or what, but he submitted this like 90-page what is it called when you sue somebody?
Oh, I don't know.
Document. And what's interesting is I think this happens all the time where people sue movie companies and say that was my idea. But this is surprisingly different in that he actually has a lot of evidence, and I was looking over it. It looks really legit. I think they're actually going to lose this.
Really?
He's suing for I don't know how much, but
Interesting.
apparently
Good.
they freaking stole that idea. And that's just weird, but I actually really, really love that movie.
Yeah, and there are the occasional movies. Like I say, I hate the DreamWorks movies, but there's the occasional like things I like. I like Kung Fu Panda surprisingly.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's about it. Sorry, I'm on another page. I can't get
Okay,
That's okay.
so
Don't worry about
the
it.
chick from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, her name is Mary Elizabeth
Yes,
Winstead.
she was on the Free or Die Hard movie, wasn't she? I think she was.
Was that her?
It was his
No,
daughter.
I think
yeah.
that's a different chick.
Are you talking about the? I've forgotten all the names now. The girlfriend that he's after, right? Is that the girl that he's after?
Is that her?
I'm pretty sure it's her. Yeah, and then she was also in Sky High. Why
Interesting.
do I know these things?
Ooh,
Because I looked it up when we watched it the other day.
So what about her?
Just claim being a movie buff. That's all. You're in the business.
I know everything. Peter Jackson, listen to me.
Anyway, she has been cast as Mary Todd in the new movie Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Yes. now I'm confused because I'm not confused, but a while back Steven Spielberg was going to have Liam Neeson be Lincoln in a like a real Lincoln biography. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, what happened to that?
That's what I'm just
I
going to look
don't
up, see if
know.
it's still in production.
But this movie idea is bizarre. But apparently it's a book and popular.
Yeah, it was Lincoln.
Yeah, it's interesting how like I've seen a few of these the history with like a modern touch kind of, or like the what was it, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Yeah.
You see that one?
Yeah, that
Like
was
those
right
are
along.
huge these days, and it's
Gosh, freaking zombies! I wish they would all die. I hate everything zombie.
interesting.
related.
well, technically they're already dead, but
Now
are
they
coming
have-
back from the dead.
It's no longer Liam Neeson. It's Daniel Day-Lewis will be playing Abraham
Oh,
Lincoln
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Spielberg. So
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would prefer them to make a real Lincoln movie before they make Lincoln and Zombies or Vampire Hunter or whatever. Like the
agree.
idea is hilarious, and I think that Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is funny too. And I want to see these movies, but I want to see a good Lincoln movie. We don't have a good Lincoln movie, and Lincoln's like this great guy. Didn't he do some neat things? I don't remember.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need. I mean, yeah, I can't think of any good Lincoln movies or any Lincoln biographies at all. I saw the John Adams thing that HBO did a while ago, and they've got George Washington in there and John Adams, obviously. But yeah, nothing with Lincoln.
Okay.
But he was later, obviously. But yeah.
Well,
You hear that, Peter Jackson?
didn't you make a film about Lincoln once?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did make a film about Lincoln.
Very
Yeah.
accurate biographical piece.
So the new Sherlock Holmes movie is coming out at the end of the year in
Sweet.
December, and it has a title now. I just found out today.
It's a funny title.
A Game of Shadows.
Which sounds.
Everyone hates it.
But you know what? I like it because it's kind of old timey and it sounds like an old radio show or something. I like it. My problem, I loved the first Sherlock Holmes until the very end when they had this big fight on this big CG boat that's like falling into the ocean or whatever. It was like, you know, that big boat that like, was it the harbor or the boat factory?
I don't remember the boat. I remember them being on like a crane.
The crane, yeah.
The crane, yeah, there's a crane too. Maybe the boat was in the middle of the movie. Either way, they had these big things that were completely obviously computer generated, and that made me furious. I loved the whole idea until I saw those.
How did you feel about that ultimate slow motion fighting?
I liked it. I liked it.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's too bad that Robert Downey Jr. is too good for too many of these roles. Like, he's a great Iron Man, he's a great Sherlock Holmes, and I heard he's up for something else that would be perfect in. I don't want to get sick of him because I like him. I hope we don't see him too much.
Yeah. Okay, the last few are science-y.
Yay.
Astronomers are searching for the mysterious planet X. I don't know if you've heard.
Oh, no, I heard about that.
Much about it.
Yeah.
Space is boring.
I have something different to say about it. They're searching for the planet X in the Oort cloud. Basically, you know, they're studying comets that come from the Oort cloud, and you know the effects on strange gravity. Blah blah blah. My suggestion is to astronomers:
Why do you hear this, NASA?
Why don't you actually look for the Oort
I love our
cloud itself? Because that is, you know, why don't you look for the Oort cloud before you get ahead of yourself? You know,
wait. Is the, what is it? Oort?
It's OORT.
Is that just like a theoretical thing?
Completely theoretical.
Okay, so they don't even know that exists yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No,
Well, that's interesting.
And the sad thing is, unfortunately, they have already done that. They have already gotten so ahead of of themselves. Like,
This is why NASA makes me so furious and frustrated. Is everything is a theory, and you know they found some amazing things, but it's just.
And P.S. The Oort cloud, impossible, not gonna happen. So
I just saw
your stupid Planet X theory is not gonna happen because there's no Oort cloud, so there's no weird gravity to.
I applaud that.
To affect your.
No, I just saw a headline, Garrett. You'll love this. The headline was, "Black holes aren't as big as they thought they were." So they're basically just saying, like, yeah, we think our new theory is that black holes are about 2 to 10 times smaller than the supermassive black holes.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, black holes
that's a
all
whole
the
nother
time.
discussion.
Yeah, it's easy because black holes are complete fiction, and
they're cool. They sound cool. That's why people like them.
I admit they're cool. Oh yeah,
they're just not
definitely
real.
Cool. They're unfortunately just complete fiction.
Oh, this just in. We are actually getting some sound, some audio directly from a black hole right now. Oh, black hole. Can you hear us? Okay. Hey, we had a few questions for you, black hole. Okay. First thing I wanted to ask you is, are you real? Oh, he says no. So, end that conversation.
Yeah,
that was painful.
That just sounded like a weed whacker was attacking us.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Maybe they need to do more weed whacker black hole
Does
science.
a higher frequency make it better?
No.
Please, mercy.
Can we end this one?
Oh my
What else
gosh.
do we have?
Okay.
Gosh.
So there's been a lot of talk lately on building a space elevator, like what they're going to build it out of, how this is going to eventually save us
Willy
money.
Wonka's glass elevator. Is that what we're talking about?
What? No, space elevator, like an elevator to space.
How?
It's
First question.
how is they say that they're not far away from having carbon fiber.
Now, is the idea like it'll be completely based on Earth, or will it be connected to something in space?
It'll be basically it's a freaking elevator to space, so it's going to be like to their space station to.
Oh, okay, space station. I'm just like, where is it going to end up?
Yeah.
Like that's what I was confused about.
Gotcha. So
It's like goes up into space.
It'll
you're
go
like,
to their thing, and then it'll continue on to be to their counterweight. Basically they need to get it far enough out of the planet's atmosphere so that so that it can counterbalance the
orbit will-
the weight.
Okay.
Um,
Now,
and,
that
you
seems
know,
really dangerous.
They're saying, well, yes. Well, once you find out what it really is, then you will understand why that's true. But so they're saying this is eventually going to save money because of rocket fuel and everything, and they'll be able to take their stuff to whatever. And
Thanks for being specific on that.
basically,
Well, no,
Take
because
their
I
stuff to
remember
whatever.
learning, like, we talk about all the waste that we create on this earth, and why don't we just shoot it into space, whether it's like nuclear waste or whatever. But like the fear is if a rocket that's carrying a bunch of nuclear waste explodes halfway, before it leaves the atmosphere, then you've just destroyed an entire state.
there's actually already so much trash in the atmosphere. It sucks. I've seen diagrams or maps or whatever.
But I mean, if we just shoot it into space, just let it go.
Oh, just like shoot it into the sun.
Because
like
I don't
that
care if we
Superman
pollute
movie.
Mars. I don't care what happens to Mars or even the moon. We can pollute that all I want. So keep our air fresh.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, to bring supplies to the space stations and do there's a lot of space-based stuff like satellites and junk. I don't know. Apparently, there's a need for it. It'll eventually save money. Blah blah blah.
We're getting a call from a black hole. Oh, hold on. Are we?
No, please.
Are you there?
Black holes aren't real.
Black hole, are you there?
Black holes aren't real.
No black hole.
Okay, good.
Fail.
But anyway, I don't see any of that happening because the space elevator has only one important purpose, and that is to serve as a giant lightning rod for the Earth.
That worked.
Is that the black hole?
No,
Oh, huge lightning. Yeah,
no, I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it's gonna. They will never like admit that they don't know that because they are.
it's like a Tower of Babel type of thing.
They are denying the fact that there's any.
There you are, black hole. Sorry. Can you please hold black hole? We'll come back to you in a second.
That is so freaking loud in my.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's killing me.
Like,
Really?
Yeah, we're both. When you're talking and that's going on, all we hear is.
All right, black hole. We're gonna have to
Kind of why we hate it.
we're gonna have to have you call back later. Okay, black hole. All right, thank you.
Anyway,
So
Tower
yeah,
of Babel, space
they,
thing.
they don't understand that
It just seems weird. I mean, you think of building like a bridge over this huge canyon or a huge river or a huge ocean, and that seems completely improbable. And now they want to build straight into space, and that's just, I don't know.
if they do it, I'm telling you right now, don't go anywhere near it because it will call down mega lightning, and that will be impressive to see, but it will be the destruction.
in a way, you're rooting for it.
You wanna prove
It'll be an
them wrong.
enormous waste of money that'll come clamoring down in all of 2 seconds.
Scientists don't waste money. Come on.
All right, and the last thing on my list here is there's been some news lately about in the doomsday category.
Oh,
So everyone agrees that in 2029 the comet Apophis, I'm gonna guess, will pass by the Earth, coming closer than some of our own satellites, which is pretty freaking close.
that's very close.
Russia has been saying that due to weird science, again, this is another weird gravity thing. I'm thinking they're calling it the keyhole theory or something. But Russia's been saying that it's going to snap around and come back again in the year 2036 and just, nail us right in the face, pulverize us, right? But it was just the Russians saying that. But now, recently, NASA is agreeing and saying, you know what, this could happen. And so that's a possibility. The official odds are 1 in a 250,000 chance. So
How big is this? Sorry, did you say? Did I miss that?
I didn't say how big it is, but I don't
It's
need to
about the
know.
size of
It's-
Texas.
It's big enough that it'll just kill us all.
Be like,
So,
oh, Thornton.
it's bad news. So, but here's the thing. I definitely don't care about this keyhole theory because I think it's crap. What I do think is more interesting and more significant is what might happen as a charged body comes that close to Earth. I think there's more significant things. Once again, that they're not gonna even think about because they don't think there's electricity in space. But
Keep going.
but I think with a charged body coming, a differently charged asteroid or comet that comes that close to Earth, there can definitely be some discharge in between us, our planet and the comets, and that is going to be more.
It'll make for some great northern lights, huh?
It'll be yeah. That's going to be
Like
something.
equator lights.
2029.
So
Let's go to Canada.
If that really does come, that close, there could be some issues.
That's
And,
interesting.
yeah.
I kind of on the same topic. I was thinking the other day about how the big one is supposed to hit Utah. The big earthquake is supposed to hit us sometime, and that's supposed to be catastrophic. And
Yeah,
I
and
wonder
isn't
what's
it
gonna
scary
happen.
that now we're starting to get little tremors here and there? There was
you guys had a lot this year. There's one just last week. Did you feel the one?
I didn't. I was in
2 or 3 days ago.
so I
Yeah,
didn't feel
I
it,
didn't feel
but
it.
Yeah,
Because I was it was last year sometime. I remember watching a movie in my basement. I felt the one that happened. I guess down
Yeah.
towards Saratoga Springs.
Yeah,
That's where a lot
that
of them
one
are
I-
happening.
Why
That one I
are they
totally
all
felt.
Lehigh?
I was playing Warcraft,
Is there a
and
fault line right around here?
I don't know. And they're all kind of towards Saratoga Springs. That's where they have been emanating from. So, and then
Maybe
with
just slow release. I think that's what's going on. The
Yeah.
big one's not coming. It's just little small
yeah,
ones.
these are preparatory tremors.
I'd be interested to see a map to see where the fault line does go. I mean, it's got to go that way because that's where they're all coming from. And then the UFOs and American Fork, I don't know where to run.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's true.
We've got a lot of problems, basically.
I'm gonna move somewhere else.
we've got some issues.
They're all just going to hit at the same time. Comet, earthquake, aliens.
Bet you didn't see this coming.
Anyway, sounds like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, and I will only see if Shia LaBeouf's in it.
Okay.
Well, that's all my topic.
There's a lot of nerd news.
The nerd news.
I know, yeah.
And,
They're actually pretty fascinating stuff.
good. I'm glad. Yeah, I enjoy it. I read this every day. Actually, I've been doing a lot of studying on cameras lately because I'm obsessed. So I've seriously been avoiding my nerd news. So it was fun to catch up a little bit today.
Yeah, well, it was nice having Brandon here again, and yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for listening to the Desert Bears podcast.
Magic.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.